Cafe Society, directed by Woody Allen, starring Jesse Eisenberg and Kristen Stewart. Also starring Steve Carell, Blake Lively, and Corey Stoll. This movie is set in the 1930s and it stars Jesse Eisenberg as Bobby Dorfman. He is a young man who wants to make it in the world, and he goes to California to work for his uncle at his Hollywood agency, where his uncle Phil Stern, played by Steve Carell, works with the actors and filmmakers to help them make it out there. He wants to work for them to help them out. So Phil hires him to kind of like be like a gopher, I think, and help out. And to show him around, he gets one of his secretaries, Bonnie, played by Kristen Stewart, to show him around California and everything. Jesse Eisenberg, Kristen Stewart end up falling in love, liking each other, but Bonnie has a boyfriend, but that relationship doesn't last too long, and eventually they do end up getting together and liking each other and everything. But it ends uncomplicated. But there are some complications, and eventually we get to meeting Blake Lively in the movie, and Bobby ends up working for his brother, Ben Dorfman, who has a nightclub, and that's pretty much the movie. Ben Dorfman is a gangster. Now, I do like Woody Allen, and Jesse Eisenberg and Kristen Stewart are really great together. Whenever they're together, they have very good chemistry, and I was really anxious to see this movie. And I have to say, I did like this movie, but not as much as I hoped it was going to be. In fact, it ended up being a little bit of a disappointment, but I still liked it. First off, the setting in the 1930s was really good, really done very well, and Corey Stoll's character was done very well. He did bring some comic relief the way they used that he was a gangster in the movie, and Bobby Dorfman's family, how the whole family was used in the movie, that was just done very well, and they were all very funny. Jesse Eisenberg and Kristen Stewart were great, as I said before, great chemistry. Steve Carell was really good in the movie too. I really did like him. And Blake Lively comes in the movie. Her character's name is Veronica too. She is really good. I really did like her character, even though she doesn't get too much screen time or not much character development. She is still a pretty good character. Woody Allen is the narrator, which is kind of awkward and to hear him being the narrator. But the problems with this movie is just that Woody Allen's direction with this movie just felt like it was just going through the motions. It didn't really feel anything special that much versus his previous films that I did like Third Person, or the film that Owen Wilson did, directed by Woody Allen. I forget the name of it now, but that movie was very good. It was Midnight something. And this movie just didn't entirely work for me. Also, near the end of the movie, Kristen Stewart's character becomes a bit unlikable, which I did not like. And I was starting to not root for them to be together at the end of the movie. I wanted Jesse Eisenberg to go on the path he was already on. That was a different path versus the path that he was going with Kristen Stewart's character. But it was still an okay film. I did like it. Just not as much as I hoped that I was going to like it. So I'm going to give this movie a B-. I think it's an okay movie, maybe to see as a matinee, or maybe you can wait for it to come out on Blu-ray or DVD and rent it out of Redbox, or wait for it to come out on Netflix. And that's all I got to say for Woody Allen's Cafe Society.